Hi friends! Today we're going to talk about inflammation, and I know you hear a lot on TV and commercials and ads about anti-inflammatories. There's lots of pharmaceuticals out there to help you with that, but what they really do is take away the symptom but not treat the cause, and that's really what the goal is if you truly want to be healthy. So it's interesting because inflammation and subluxation actually are caused by the exact same thing. And subluxation is what chiropractors treat. And that's when the spine is out of its normal alignment and pressure occurs onto the nerve root, and then the body cannot adapt. And when that happens, we have what's called a subluxation. And the first thing that happens with subluxation, one of the first things is actually inflammation. So let's talk about what causes inflammation. Inflammation, first of all, is caused by stress. And stress causes inflammation. So there's three kinds of stress that our bodies have to deal with. But now there's four. So we'll just start with the first three. The first one that's most obvious is physical stress. So physical stress can be caused by injuries like car accidents, falls, even birth traumas. It can be caused by repetitive stress like sitting for long periods of time or doing the same motion over and over again. Like if you're working at a job where you're just constantly like doing the same thing, that's a repetitive stress, and that causes inflammation. Sleeping improperly, having poor posture, being a weekend warrior, so you're basically doing something more physical to the point where it's actually stressing your body and you haven't really built up to that physical activity. So it's always better to slowly build up when you're exercising or doing a new type of sport or activity than just jumping in head first, because you will end up being very inflamed. So those are the main causes of physical stress, which causes inflammation. So again, inflammation is your body trying to adapt to stress. And the next kind of stress that causes inflammation is biochemical stress. And that also is what happens when you have subluxation. So biochemical stress are things that you put in your body that your body's trying to fight off, or get the white blood cells are trying to remove all that stress in your cells, okay? So one of the big ones is in our digestion is sugar. Sugar is very inflammatory, and sugar can look like just processed foods. It can look like desserts. It can look like pizza, believe it or not, things like that have a lot of bread. So sugar can easily be disguised in other foods, and eating straight sugar like candy and things like that, that's obvious that that's going to cause inflammation. And inflammation can be in your gut, and that can make you really sick. But when you're ingesting things that are foods that are inflammatory, then you're going to have inflammation all over your body. And again, the gut is going to be the part of your body that you're going to be reacting to very much. Also, genetically modified foods are highly inflammatory to the gut lining, and that's where a lot of autoimmune diseases happen. So the most genetically modified foods are soy, corn, and wheat, and that causes a lot of gut inflammation. Medications cause a lot of inflammation to the body. So the body's trying to get rid of these toxins. That's what they see them as, toxins. And again, the white blood cells are getting in there and they're trying to clean up the mess, and that's what swelling is, and inflammation. And then vaccines. Vaccines are filled with toxic chemicals, among other things, and our bodies are trying to eject those chemicals, and they're passing through that first line of defense, which is our skin, being directly injected into our bloodstream, and that is causing a lot of inflammation to all different parts of our body, including our brain, our heart, and all our organs. the things that you use in your home, like cleaning products, can be really toxic. So bleach and things like that, with chemicals in them, are very inflammatory to our respiratory tract, to our skin, which gets absorbed into our bloodstream as well. And then even the products that we use on our body that are not natural, like lotions, deodorants, toothpastes that have fluoride and things like that, aluminum. These things are creating a lot of inflammation into our body that is gonna be a result of the stress that our body has to adapt to. Okay, so we did the physical, we did the biochemical. Now we're gonna talk about emotional. If you're not feeling emotional stress at this time in life, then I admire you, because it's a very stressful time, and for many of us, it's the most stressful time we've ever had to live in. And all that stress can get really pushed deep into our organs if it's not expressed or released through crying or taking specific actions, or just, speaking up or doing things that you feel are important for you and going against what your deepest inner self is trying to tell you. You will have emotional stress, and that will lodge into your tissues and your cells and your organs. And it will look like and feel like inflammation, and it will be inflammation. So stress can cause allergies. It can cause autoimmune diseases. It can cause arthritis and other chronic conditions. And that is, again, a result of that causes inflammation. But another one is dehydration. If we don't drink enough water, and we are 80% water, then we're gonna have inflammation. Every organ in our body needs water. Our digestion needs water. Our skin, our brain, our heart, our lungs. So make sure you're getting half your body weight in ounces of water, and make sure you're drinking good quality water. So the fourth one that is more new is EMF and cell phone radiation and cell towers. Believe it or not, you may not feel or notice it, but it's an invisible stress that is now really affecting our cells. And because, again, we are made mostly of water, just like a microwave, when you heat a glass of something in there, or a cup of tea, the water in there gets very radiated, and it heats up, and it changes its molecular structure, and that causes inflammation to our body. And it's invisible, but that doesn't mean it's not there. So that EMF is causing a lot of inflammation to us, and there are things we can do about that, but I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I want to keep this short and sweet. I want to keep your attention, and I want to give you tools so that you can actually do something about this. So for emotional stress, it's pretty clear. Number one, we got to cry, release the stress, talk to friends, allow ourselves to process that stress, and actually try to do something about that stress instead of just feeling hopeless and helpless. And the other things we can do is laugh, hug each other, be a loving presence to others, a supportive friend, a good ear for a friend to share their feelings. And when you can be a friend to others, then they're going to always be a friend to you. Singing and dancing, things that you did as a child, getting out in nature, getting fresh air, grounding, walking on your yard or whatever, dirt with no shoes on, can actually really ground you and calm you down emotionally. Hugging a tree, things like that. Connecting with a family or friends that you haven't spoken to. Emotionally, that will help you with stress. And biochemically, you can do a cleanse. And here, I love this cleanse. It's the standard process detox balance cleanse. It's very simple. They have it in 10 and 30-day ways to do it. Also, I love apple cider vinegar. Just have a little shot first thing in the morning, or you want to gradually build up the apple cider vinegar because it might be a lot for you. So maybe just take like a quarter of a teaspoon, on an empty stomach, and then build up little by little. For me, a shot in the morning of this really helps my digestion. It helps reduce inflammation in my body, and it's been a big help to me. Eating more fruits and vegetables. So 50% of your diet should be fruits and vegetables, and raw preferably, and of course organic, because again, biochemical stress is because of toxins, and foods that have pesticides on them are highly toxic, and that's going to create a lot of inflammation in our gut and stress to our bodies. I made a list of a bunch of things, and I have some here to share with you as well, that you can do to help your stress and your inflammation. So let's start with turning off the news and social media for emotional relaxation. It can really help you. Read a good book that can uplift you. Watch a documentary that's actually going to inform you of something that's probably happening versus all the propaganda and what's happening in the news that's really, aimed to get you to do something so that maybe the pharmaceutical industry or whoever's advertising or pushing you to do things, it's really for their interest, not for yours. So, turn that off as often as you can, because living in fear and anxiety is going to create a lot of inflammation in your body in many, many ways. Get chiropractic care. Again, the nervous system controls everything. So if you can release the stress from the spine coming out, the nerves coming out of the spine to the body, you can have more life flowing through you to your cells, and all your body organs, your muscles, your glands, your joints will start to be able to de-inflame and heal and function the way they were designed to. So chiropractic is a very powerful way to help with inflammation. Have some kind of a spiritual practice. Read the Bible, go do your Zoom church or temple classes, or actually go to your synagogue or your church or whatever you belong to, or just connect with friends, maybe have like a monthly reading or a weekly reading from the Bible or from whatever text you resonate with. But make it a regular practice, because it's important to remember why you're here. Have faith in your higher power and connect with that more deeply, and you will feel more calm and relaxed. Eat healthy fats. So we need to have healthy fats, and a lot of people still think fats are bad for you, but really they're vital for your health and for inflammation. So things like fish oil, like cod liver oil, is an amazing anti-inflammatory and healthy fat. And it's also high in vitamin D. And then the fish oils like the EPA and the DHA. This is standard process. I love their products. Raw butter. Actually, raw butter is really great from grass-fed cows. Eggs with the yolk, please, because the yolk is high in good cholesterol, and that's what we really need for inflammation. So those are just some of the supplements, but I also love turmeric. There's a supplement called Turmeric Forte, here it is, by MediHerb. That's a great one. Turmeric is excellent for inflammation, and there's receptors all over the body for turmeric. And then this isn't labeled, but I make my own CBD oil now, and CBD oil is extremely great for inflammation of all kinds, even in the gut, in the brain. It helps anxiety, and it helps depression, and it helps focus. So kids do really great with it. Even pets do great with CBD. You can do it topically. I made these roll-ons where you can actually do it topically, roll it right on, or you can take it sublingually by just putting some drops under your tongue. And I can help you with that because it's a little confusing. And I actually, in my book, I have a whole chapter on CBD. Essential oils are fantastic. They're made from the fatty part of the plants, the leaves, the flowers. It's the oil that gets naturally pressed out of those plants, flowers, seeds, roots, So Deep Blue Rub is a doTERRA product that's really great for inflammation and pain, and all you need is a little drop of that on a sore area. But again, we're treating the symptoms, we're not treating the cause. We went over the causes earlier. And again, another one is the Digestem. It's one of my favorite doTERRA products for gut inflammation. Also, you want to have good minerals in your diet, and the Celtic sea salt is a wonderful salt because it's, first of all, you're using it as a salt, but it has balanced minerals in it because our food, unfortunately, does not have many minerals in it, and therefore we are depleted of minerals. And because our body has so much water in it, we need to have a good exchange of minerals so that the water can go in and out of the cells easily and in a very balanced way. So just something simple as using the better salt in your diet can actually remineralize you. But there are also supplements that are mineral supplements, and Standard Process makes organically bound minerals and many other ones that are amazing. Let's see, any other, we talked about supplements. We didn't talk about meditation. Take time every day to just quiet your mind and set an intention of what you want, and just allow that intention to kind of settle in and allow the miracles to happen, because actually, these miracles happen all the time, but you have to be open to them and stop telling yourself that you don't deserve it or you can't have it. Good sleep. Make sure you get some good sleep. Some people can't sleep straight through the night, so even if you wake up, read a little book or something that would make you tired and just go back to sleep. Make sure you get enough sleep for your body. The Paleo Diet is an excellent diet, and there's a chapter in my book on that. It's really great, and it's very anti-inflammatory. Intermittent fasting is also a great thing to do to reduce inflammation, and you will lose weight naturally by doing that. And there's a chapter in my book on intermittent fasting. I will actually put a link under that, and if you're getting my newsletter, you'll see there's a way to order the book through that as well. So I think I hit everything, and I hope this was valuable to you. Remember, emotions that aren't expressed or released, like anger, jealousy, fear, anxiety, these are making you inflamed. And sometimes you just need to start getting chiropractic care to kind of break that pattern and open up your body to the healing that it really deserves, that it wants. But again, there's so many ways to reduce inflammation. I hope, again, that this helped you. Thank you so much for listening. Like the video and share it with friends, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.